We're here at my house. My name's Ace.
And I'm Zen.
Yeah, okay. Today we're going to be cooking chicken cordon bleu. As you can see, we have our setup. Prepared already. Nice granite tables, all clean. Our chopping boards are clean. As you can see, they're two different colors. We have the white one for the dairy, and we have the red one for the raw meat. We have our chef's knives out. They're also clean already. If you also notice, we've separated the food products to prevent any cross-contamination. The chicken and the ham have both been in the chiller as well. The cheese also has been in the chiller because we bought this in the grocery this morning, right?
Just today.
Yeah, we bought it today to make sure it was fresh. We kept it at 1 degree centigrade in the chiller for about 3 hours before we started filming. Okay, well, that's basically our setup. But before we go to show you how to prepare the food and to put it all together, Zen will show you how to wash your hands properly.
Mixing hot water. Liquid soap. In between the fingers. Underneath the fingernail.
So now that you've seen how to properly wash your hands, we're gonna go on to preparing the dish for you. As we mentioned earlier, this is going to be chicken cordon bleu. We chose this dish because we wanted to show you several things. We wanted to show you how to cook chicken properly, because as we learned in class, chicken's very tricky to cook. If you undercook it, it's very easy to get.
Yeah, you'll have the risk of getting infected with salmonella,
Right.
and you don't want your guests, you don't want your family members getting foodborne illnesses from food that you prepare.
Okay. Yeah. Also, we picked chicken cordon bleu because anybody can do this. It's really simple. You basically have three major ingredients. You have your Gruyere cheese. Personally, I like using Gruyere cheese because it tastes better than cheddar. So it's a little pricier, but in terms of flavor, it's really worth the price. You also have your chicken breast fillets, and you use ham, but in this case, we're using Canadian bacon. Again, I'm a stickler for really rich tastes, so I like using Canadian bacon. Okay, so we'll start preparing it. Zen will cut the Gruyere cheese while I trim the fat of Canadian bacon.
Yeah, and as you can see, we use different knives for the meat and for the dairy.
I'm trimming the fat of the Canadian bacon because Canadian bacon in itself is already very, well, to put it in a simple way, it's very fatty. You don't want a lot of excess fat inside the chicken cordon bleu because what will happen is all the fat will start draining out, and you'll have a very mushy cordon bleu. Okay, now we have everything prepped properly already. What you do is, you get 1 chicken breast fillet. This is the top part that's connected to the skin. You lay that face down on your chopping board. You get 1 part of the Canadian bacon, put that on top. And then Zen prepared the Gruyere cheese already. You get 1 part, put that on top of it. And then again, if you want your chicken cordon bleu to be really tasty, you can use another piece of bacon, which we're going to do right now. But if you're on a diet, then one piece will be fine, will be tasty enough. Then you get your second chicken breast fillet. Again, make sure that the top that was connected to the skin is the one that's on top. So you just lay that on top. Okay, now that we're done putting together the chicken cordon bleu, we're gonna put it in cling wrap. We want the chicken cordon bleu to have a nice tubular shape. So what we're gonna do is so you use cling wrap, you put the chicken cordon bleu in the middle. Well, actually, I can just use this knife. And then what you do is you get the bottom half of your cling wrap, fold it over, make sure that it's nice and compact, and you roll it. You grab both ends, you push in, making sure that you get all the air out so that it has a nice, almost airtight seal. And what you do is you roll it. There you go. As you roll, you'll notice that the chicken is going to get more compact. So again, you move your fingers in and you just keep on rolling. There you go. Fold the ends towards each other, and as you can see, you have a nice tubular shape for your chicken cordon bleu. You want to keep this in your in your freezer for about 15 minutes. We do this because, one, you want to keep it out of the temperature danger zone as much as you can, and putting it in the freezer for 15 minutes will make sure that the nice tubular shape holds during the breading process. So I'm going to put this in the freezer right now. Okay, so this is what we have for breading. We have the flour, we have the eggs, which we're gonna beat in a while, and then we have the breadcrumbs. We also have the chicken cordon bleu that we put in the freezer earlier. So it's nice and chilled now. It's gonna hold its form when we bread it.
So now we're going to mix the eggs and beat the eggs. So it's very important to make sure that you get your eggs fresh and from a very reputable source. And so we crack the eggs.
In our case, we got these eggs just last Sunday at the organic market in Makati. You'll usually be able to find very fresh produce there. The lady who handles the organic market there always makes sure that everybody who opens a stall in the organic market, they have only the best quality products.
Okay, so if you're going to pull eggs like what we did here, combining eggs together, you have to make sure that you use the eggs immediately, or if you need to store them, you keep them away from the temperature danger zone, which is 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Up to 135 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Or for you Celsius lovers, it's 5 degrees Celsius all the way to 57 degrees Celsius. Alright, so Zen cracked the eggs already. I'm going to use an electric mixer to mix it. I prefer using this to a normal fork because this makes sure that the eggs are beat properly, that there are no strips of white, or so that everything's incorporated properly. So now that's done, I'm just going to put this aside. Also, if you'll notice, we have it set up in a way that it's going to be easy for us to move from one bowl to the other. We have the chicken cordon bleu on the far left, then we have the flour, the egg, the breadcrumbs, and then finally the plate where we're going to put the finished rolled chicken cordon bleu. We do this because we want an easy motion. Again, the more efficient you work, the faster you can take the food out of the temperature danger zone. Also, it's set up in this way because it has to be, when you're breading something, it has to be dry, wet, then dry. Okay? So we take our chilled chicken cordon bleu out from the plastic wrap. We roll it in the flour. Make sure that all of it is covered nicely. At the same time, you want to remove all the excess flour. Only have enough flour that you need on the chicken. Any excess flour, and when you eat the chicken cordon bleu, you'll end up having this really starchy taste. So from the flour, you go to the egg. Again, make sure the chicken cordon bleu is coated nicely with the egg. Again, rip off the excess. Then you go on to the bread flour, to the breadcrumbs. You want to do one? Okay. So basically, this is your finished uncooked chicken cordon bleu. You just lay it nicely on your plate. Again, after we're done breading all the chicken cordon bleu, it's going to go back into the freezer for about another 20 to 30 minutes. Again, we want it to firm up so that when we're pan searing it, it holds its form. Because if we go straight to pan searing it after breading it, it tends to break apart. So to prevent that from happening, we're gonna put it back in the freezer for about 20-30 minutes after we're done breading it. Okay, while we're waiting for our chicken cordon bleu to harden again in the freezer, we're gonna show you how to turn some carrots. It's a nice accompaniment to your chicken cordon bleu. At the same time, it's gonna be turned, so it'll have a nice decorative shape to it. So what you want to do is you first peel your carrots. Once your carrot is peeled, you cut it lengthwise right down the middle. So right now, this is the shape that you get, right? The end product should look like a baby carrot. So what you want to do is you want to trim some of the sides off. So what you do is you just start trimming away. It helps to actually imagine the final shape that you want to get. So that while you're turning, you sort of start working towards that final shape. Then when you're close to the final shape that you want, start rounding out the edges. You don't want any really sharp or protruding edges on your turned carrot, so that when you cook it, none of the sides get burned. So again, just even out all the sharp edges, and this is your end product. It's a turned carrot, so it looks like a baby carrot, right? So Zen and I are gonna get to work. We're gonna turn some carrots. Okay, so we're done. These are your turned carrots. So
you can use them for
stir fries. You can steam them. Later, what we're gonna do is we're gonna blanch them and then stir fry them with a little bit of sweet hoisin sauce. So again, it's a fun way to eat your carrot. It looks nice. Looks like a little baby carrot, and because it is thinner, it's gonna cook through. It's gonna cook through easier later. All right, turned carrots. Alright, so now we're gonna cook the chicken cordon bleu. First, what you want to do is you want to preheat your oven already to about 180 degrees Celsius. So while the oven is preheating, we're gonna start cooking. You get your pan and you put a bit of extra virgin olive oil. Not too much because you don't want to deep fry the chicken cordon bleu, you just want to pan sear it. It'll finish cooking anyways later inside the oven. Also, start bringing your water to a boil. This is gonna be for the turned carrots. So you just put in your chicken cordon bleu. Again, you don't want the oil to be too high. The point in cooking it in the frying pan is not to deep fry it or to be able to cook it all the way through. It'll cook all the way through later when we put it inside the oven. You just want a nice golden brown outside on the chicken cordon bleu, which is why we're pan searing it. That color, it's done and it's ready to go inside the oven. So what we do is we get a little bit of butter. Not too much, just a little bit. You want the butter on top. So it'll melt inside the oven, give it a nice shiny coat, as well as a nice buttery taste on the outside. It'll also help ensure that the outside stays crispy while you're baking it inside the oven. Oops. This will go inside the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes. While that's in there, we're going to work on the turned carrots already. Put this aside. The turned carrots have been inside the chiller while we were waiting for the chicken cordon bleu. So the water is at the boil already. Basically, just put the carrots in for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes tops, just to make sure that it cooks a little bit already before we pan fry it. Alright, so the carrots have been boiling for about 5 minutes now. Again, you get a little bit of butter, put it inside your sauteing pan, heat off, strainer, just get your carrots out, drain them a little bit. Get your carrots nice and coated with the butter. A nice tip when you're cooking, especially when you're sauteing, always try to use a wooden spoon. If you use a metal spoon, more often than not, your food will have this slight metal taste when you bite into it. once that's going, you get your sweet hoisin sauce. Again, you can buy this from the organic market. Put a little bit, not too much. At this point, what you want to do is turn off the heat. So turn off the heat, grab a cover, and just cover it. What this does is, it traps the steam inside, so it cooks the carrots through fully. At the same time, it makes sure that the hoisin sauce doesn't burn and your carrots don't burn. So it infuses the carrots with the taste of the butter and the hoisin sauce. At the same time, it makes sure that your carrots are cooked through and through. So just leave that on your stovetop for a bit. Okay, so we're finally done cooking the chicken cordon bleu and our carrots, right? So to make sure that the internal temperature is the right temperature, just under 65 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to use our little heat thermometer. That's right. And perfect. Alright, let's go. So 165 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see here, we've plated one already. So you can see there's you have your chicken, you have your Canadian bacon, and you have your nice oozing Gruyere cheese right in the inside. Okay. So the way you plate it, you wanna chop off a little bit of the edge so that you give your chicken something to stand on, a flat base to stand on. And then you cut diagonally. You lay the piece down on the plate. Standing up. Then you get a couple of your third carrots. And there you have it, chicken cordon bleu. You can also squeeze a little bit of lemon on it if you want to. We're gonna call Paco to give it a little taste test.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, the chicken's cooked really well, and you can really taste the cheese, and you know, the bacon's really good. Everything complements the dish. I want to taste the carrots just a bit, see how that tastes like with the hoisin and the butter. That was also cooked pretty well. So good job, guys.
And there you have it. Chicken cordon bleu and your hoisin carrots, all cooked properly. Different color chopping boards. We wash our hands properly. What else we do properly?
Make sure that all the equipment we used were clean and sanitized.
Yes, definitely. The proper internal temperature. Not keeping the food out in the temperature danger zone for a long time. So, thank you for watching. We're gonna go eat now.